What's up, everybody? Welcome to Fantasy Sports Now. Today I want to bring to you injury updates as of 3/16. I know a lot of us have already had our drafts, but there's a lot of drafting yet to do, and there's a lot of injuries happening right now. It's spring training, so we need to be up to date on our draft value and know who we're going to go target at our drafts. So, I'm a guy who likes to jump right into the content, so if you like that, hit me up with a sub, hit me with a like, and let's jump right into it. So, first, I use Roto World. It's a great source for finding updates. If you're an insane person like me, you check this probably 4 times a day. I know, it's stupid. But you don't have to, because I'm going to try to hook you guys up with as much info as I can here. If you didn't know this already, Carlos Carrasco has been dealing with an elbow problem. They're claiming that he's had a similar problem before. And so what does all this mean? He's throwing at 75 feet and he felt good. You know, he felt pretty good today. So what does all this mean for us as fantasy? Normally, this means one of two things. You're either going to go into your draft and people are going to know this, and you're going to end up with tremendous value for him if he ends up being healthy, or you're going to get totally boned because he ends up on the DL and is out for the season. So with this kind of injury, normally if I saw this, which we just had our draft, I shy away from this entirely. If it was any other part besides the elbow or the shoulder, I would probably be okay with, and I would draft with more confidence. But since they're talking about his elbow again, you know, they seem to, in here they talk about, oh, well, he's had this before, and this is a good thing that he's had it before because it'll probably just go away. I view that more as, well, he had this before, it's still lingering, it's probably going to come back again. So there's two ways to look at that. So for me personally, with Carlos Carrasco, I am shying away, and I would rather have somebody safer. You know, Kyle Hendricks is in this area, Ryu is in this area, Patrick Corbin is in this area. I think Carrasco's like a better actual pitcher than those guys in fantasy, but they're much, much safer bets, and that's where I'm sticking. Until I hear that he is actually open and ready to go, I'm staying away. Next is Sonny Gray. If you had not heard, he has a mid-back injury that is going to prevent him from being ready for opening day. Which is unfortunate if you've already drafted, obviously, but this is something that I don't think is going to keep him away for too long, but it is something that can linger, and I don't think it's going to like cost him a season, but it might cost him an IL or a DL stint to start the season. I think that that's very likely, in fact. They're talking about back spasm. They say it's nothing to worry about. I think they're talking about long term. So if you're a guy who is okay with the long term, then take him. In fact, I think that his stock will drop a bit, and you could still get value for him, seeing as how he probably just misses a couple starts at the beginning of the year. So take that as you will, but a lot of people don't know right now. Sonny Gray probably won't be ready for the opening day. Next is Steven Strasburg. Who would have thought Strasburg would end up on an injury report, right? The good thing is that his injury sounds like it's calf. It's not arm related. It's not back related. They seem to think that it's something that is going to go away and he'll be ready to go come opening day. At least that's what it sounds like. But this is also Steven Strasburg, so you don't know if now, because of the calf, he's going to get something else. And he was already a high-risk pitcher because of his injury history, and he's already injured. So, for me, I take this as a sign as I'm actually going to bump him down the draft board a little bit. Going into the season already hurt, knowing that you're always getting hurt scares me. It scares me too much. I think that his potential is crazy, but do I think he's going to get 210 innings? He might never get 210 innings again in his entire career. So I'm shying away from Strasburg, even though he will be fine, it sounds like. I'm still going to shy away. I don't like guys going into the season with an injury if you're already injury prone. A more recent one here is Luis Robert. Came out of the game. They're calling it a precaution. Lower abdomen. So that's kind of an interesting one. I know your oblique is in kind of the side, the back. I don't know if they're talking about that. If it's an oblique, then he could be down for a while, and it could affect him for a while. They're saying it's precautionary. I wouldn't bump Robert down the draft boards too much. I would probably keep him kind of where he's at, maybe a couple spots lower. It's not scaring me too much, but those abdomen problems can linger, and again, if it's an oblique, then it's possible that he stays down for a while. So I'm going to keep a close eye on how he does over the next couple days, but I'm not too worried about this like I am a Strasburg or a Carrasco. So if you want to draft with confidence here, then I think that that's fine. This one's maybe less about fantasy and more about real baseball, unfortunately for the Yankees fans. If you haven't heard, Zach Britton had elbow surgery, and they don't expect him till the All-Star break. That's a major blow for that bullpen, because I think that Zach Britton is as good as Chapman has been. Last year he came in to close while Chapman was out and did a fantastic job. Obviously Chapman can come back and dominate like he always has, but having two guys in the back of your rotation who can dominate is obviously very useful, and they're going to now be losing him for a long time. So if you're in a fantasy league that values relief pitching and not necessarily closers, keep this in mind. You do not want to take Britton here. Let's get to maybe some better news. Ketel Marte, it got hit by a pitch, hit in the foot, if I remember right. And let me read it here. Yep. Got hit in the foot. They took him out. People were a little worried about it, but it sounds like he's going to be fine. So draft with confidence. Don't be worried about it. He didn't break his foot, so I mean that's the big thing that you're looking to avoid. So it's probably gonna be sore for him, but he's got plenty of time to recover from that one. Xander Bogaerts has had a shoulder problem and hasn't really gotten started yet. But it sounds like he's doing this baseball activity now, and he's going to get going now, and there's plenty of time for him to get game ready and all that fun stuff. We still have half a month left till the season actually starts. So this says draft with confidence here, and I completely agree. I wouldn't be too worried about Xander Bogaerts if he can get going soon, which it sounds like is going to happen. So I'm not too worried about that, and that's good news for him. It's good for Boston. Hoskins is another interesting one that we were looking into. He had Tommy John over the off season, which it says right here as well. And it sounds, opening day was in question. But no longer is that the case, because he's out hitting home runs and stealing bases, apparently. So the fact that he's out there hitting already, I honestly think that some people think he's still hurt and his value is dipped, and I think he's great value right here. So this is the injury update report that I have right now for you guys. If we like this, I might keep doing this weekly. I might do another on Friday. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, if you like it, let's talk. Hit me up with a sub. We'll see you next time.